You check the time. Another rotation nearly done. The hum of the starship Aegis is a familiar lullaby. It is the only sound on the lower decks. Everyone else is on their sleep cycle. You are the lone watchman for this sector. An easy job, usually. You take a sip of notoriously bad ship coffee. It tastes like static and regret. A perfect match for the graveyard shift. Your console is a sea of green lights. Each one represents a healthy system. Every pump, every conduit, every sensor reports normal function. You have watched this board for 300 nights. It has never changed. It is the most boring, and therefore the best job on the ship. Until tonight. A single light blinks red. It is a small light, tucked away in a diagnostic panel nobody uses. It is a light you installed yourself, a secret sensor. It measures gravimetric distortions, tiny fluctuations in the ship's internal gravity field. It should never, ever be active. But it is blinking, a slow, steady pulse of crimson, a heartbeat in the machine. You lean closer to the screen. The light is labeled Auxiliary Storage C. That's 2 decks below you. A forgotten corner of the ship, filled with old parts and decommissioned gear. Nothing down there should be able to create a gravity ripple, not even a small one. The blinking continues. It is not an error. It is a warning. And you are the only one who can see it. You grab your standard issue toolkit, a heavy piece of metal that is mostly useless. Still, regulations are regulations. You move away from your console. The green lights of the board reflect in your eyes. A sea of tranquility you are about to leave behind. You walk toward the access corridor. Each step echoes in the profound quiet. The red light on your console keeps blinking. You can feel it on your back. A silent, urgent scream. The journey down is quiet. Too quiet. The normal ship sounds are muted here. The air is still and cold. You are descending into the ship's forgotten basement. The corridors are narrow. The walls are bare metal. You pass rows of cryostasis pods. Your crewmates are sleeping peacefully inside. They are blissfully unaware of the red light, unaware of the wrongness you feel. You arrive at the door to Auxiliary Storage C. The door is sealed, as it should be. You scan your keycard. Access denied. A red light flashes on the lock. That's strange. Your clearance is for the entire ship. You try again. Access denied. You override the lock with your toolkit. It's a trick the chief engineer showed you, a trick you were never supposed to use. The door hisses open. Inside, the air is thick, heavy. The light from your helmet cuts through the darkness. It reveals a scene of chilling stillness. You see crewmates from the engineering shift. They are not sleeping. They are slumped against crates and consoles. Their faces are slack. Their eyes are open and empty. There are no wounds, no signs of a struggle. They are simply off, like a machine that has been unplugged. You check one for a pulse. There is nothing. Just cold skin. You move deeper into the storage bay. Your light sweeps across the room. You see more of them. 10 crew members, all silenced. This was not a system malfunction. This was an attack. Silent, efficient, and you are standing right in the middle of it. The red light on your console was not a warning. It was a tombstone. You hear something, a faint scraping sound from above. You douse your light. You press yourself into the shadows. Your heart hammers against your ribs. You hold your breath, waiting. The sound stops. Then you hear a low, guttural language. It is a sound no human was ever meant to hear. You have found the source of the signal. The invaders are already here. The ship is no longer yours. You must move. You cannot go back the way you came. They would find you in seconds. Your only option is up, into the service vents. The cramped, dusty network that spiders through the entire vessel. It is a maze of metal and wires. A place for maintenance drones, not people. But right now, it is your only sanctuary. You climb into a vent shaft. The opening is tight. It scrapes your shoulders. You pull yourself up into the darkness. Below you, the storage bay remains silent, a tomb for your friends. You begin to crawl. The metal is cold beneath your hands. The air is stale. It smells of ozone and old dust. Your only light is the faint glow from your data slate. You call up the ship's schematics. You need to get to the bridge. You need to see who has done this. The vents are a direct, if difficult, route. You crawl through the darkness. Every sound is magnified. The creak of a support beam, the distant hum of the life support system, the sound of your own breathing. You hear another sound, skittering, not behind you, but all around you, in other vents. They are moving through the ship's bones, just like you. You reach the main vertical shaft. It runs straight up to the command decks. You look down, a black abyss. You look up, a faint light far above. The bridge. You begin your slow, careful ascent. Using maintenance rungs set into the wall. Your muscles burn, your lungs ache. You are climbing towards the heart of the invasion. You hope you are ready for what you will find. You reach the top of the shaft. A grated panel separates you from the bridge. You peer through the metal slats. The scene below steals your breath. The bridge is filled with them. Tall, armored figures. Their bodies are a mix of organic flesh and sharp, metallic limbs. They are the K, Thar, a species from myth, a horror story told to frighten new recruits. But they are real, and they have taken your ship. One of them stands on the command platform. It is larger than the others. Its armor is ornate. It must be the commander. It looks at the main view screen. The screen shows a beautiful swirling blue and green planet, a world you do not recognize. The K. Thar commander raises a hand. The bridge falls silent. Its voice echoes through the room, a cold, grating sound that cuts like glass. Behold, the target world. The natives call it Z-Los. The commander's voice is filled with contempt. They are a primitive, peaceful species. They have no fleet, no weapons of planetary defense. They are a soft world, ready for the fire. The other K, Thar warriors shift. A low murmur of approval fills the room. They are eager. We have taken this human vessel. Their technology is impressive. Their primary weapon is a marvel of destruction. They call it the Nova Protocol. The commander gestures to the view screen. We will use it to ignite their sun. A new star will be born from their ashes. Our fleet will watch from the shadows. The Alliance will see a natural disaster. They will not suspect our hand in it. By the time they learn the truth, we will be deep in their territory. The plan is horrifying. A genocide hidden as a star-born event. Your ship, your weapon, used to burn an innocent world. You feel a cold dread creep into your heart. You are not a soldier. You are a technician, a mechanic. What can you do against these monsters? You look at the faces of the K Thar. They are confident, arrogant. They believe they have already won, and they are right. Unless someone stops them. Someone who is already inside. Someone they do not know exists. You. You need more information. Exi Los. The name is unfamiliar, but the ship's database is vast. If this world is in Alliance territory, it will be on record. You cannot stay above the bridge. The risk of discovery is too high. You back away from the grate. You crawl deeper into the vent system, looking for a way out, a safe place to think. You find a small access hatch. It opens into a narrow, forgotten corridor, a utility passage that runs behind the main data archives. Dust motes dance in the light of your slate. This part of the ship has not seen a living soul in years. Perfect. You slide out of the vent. Your feet touch the deck plating with a soft thud. The silence is a welcome relief. You find a service terminal on the wall. It is an old model. Slow, unreliable. Most of the crew would not even know it is here. But you know this ship. Every corner. Every secret. You plug your data slate into the terminal. The screen flickers to life. A faint green glow illuminates your face. You type in your access codes. Your fingers fly across the keypad. You search the star charts, filtering by planetary class. Blue-green, habitable, peaceful. The database scrolls through thousands of worlds. Then you see it. HFY, Los. Sector 74, an agricultural world. Population, 9 billion. The screen shows images of the planet. Rolling green hills, crystalline blue oceans, cities that look like they grew from the land itself. They are works of art, not fortresses. The files contain information on the HFY Lonians. They are a species of artists and philosophers. They have no concept of interstellar war. Their greatest technological achievement is a network for sharing music. You see their faces. Gentle, curious, wise. They look into the camera with no fear, no suspicion. They do not know what is coming for them. They do not know a warship is poised above their sky, ready to turn their sun into a funeral pyre. You watch a short video clip. HFY Lonian Festival. Creatures of light and grace. They move with a strange, beautiful rhythm, and they are celebrating the harvest, the bounty of their world. In 12 hours, their world will be gone. Their sun will be a weapon. Their sky will be fire, and it will be your ship that does it. It feels like a punch to the gut. This is no longer about your crew. It is about 9 billion lives. You cannot fight them. There are dozens of Cathar warriors on this ship. You have a toolkit and a data slate. A direct confrontation would be suicide. It would not even be a fight. It would be an execution. You are one person against an army. Your only advantage is that they do not know you are here. You are a ghost in their stolen machine. You look at the schematics on your slate. The Nova Protocol is not a simple weapon. It is a complex system. It redirects a portion of the ship's core energy. Through a series of focusing lenses and conduits, it fires a concentrated beam of exotic particles, a beam powerful enough to destabilize a star. It is a system you have studied. You have run diagnostics on it. You know its weaknesses. If you cannot fight them, you must outsmart them. If you cannot save your ship, you must break their toy. Sabotage. From the inside. The Cathar are warriors. They think in terms of combat. Frontal assaults, overwhelming force. They will not be looking for a single person. One quiet technician. Crawling through the guts of the ship, rewriting code, rerouting power, throwing a wrench in their perfect plan. It is a desperate idea, a fool's hope. But it is the only one you have. Your new job title is Saboteur First Class. The pay is terrible, but the stakes are pretty high. You look at the image of Psy, Los one last time, at the faces of its people. You make a silent promise to them. They will not burn. Not today. You close the terminal and descend back into the darkness. Your new path leads you deeper into the ship, towards the engineering section, the heart of the Aegis. It is the only place where you can access the Nova Protocol's primary controls. The service tunnels become your world, a tight, claustrophobic maze of pipes and cables. The darkness is absolute. broken only by the occasional spark from a faulty junction, or the glow of your slate. The air is thick with the smell of lubricant and charged ions. The sounds are different here. The powerful thrum of the main reactor vibrates through the floor, the hiss of plasma flowing through conduits, the click and whir of automated maintenance drones. These are the ship's vital signs. Its mechanical heartbeat. You move with purpose, a virus in the ship's bloodstream. You crawl for what feels like hours. Your knees and elbows are raw. Every muscle screams in protest. But you push on. The schematics on your slate are your only guide, a glowing blue map in the oppressive dark. You pass beneath the crew quarters, beneath the med bay, beneath the empty mess hall. Each section a fresh reminder of the life that has been stolen. Then you hear it. The grating sound of the K, Thar language. It is close, directly ahead. You freeze, pressing yourself against a bundle of thick cables. You inch forward, peeking around a corner in the tunnel. You see a junction point. The tunnel opens into a wider maintenance space. 2 K-Thar warriors stand guard. They are blocking the main access route to engineering. Their armored forms are menacing silhouettes against the lit corridor beyond. You are trapped. The guards are vigilant. Their heads scan the area. They are listening, waiting. They are expecting trouble. But they are expecting a frontal assault. A team of Alliance commandos, not one person hiding in a pipe. You need to get past them. But how? You cannot fight them. You cannot outrun them. You need a distraction, a ghost in the machine. You retreat back into the darkness. Your mind races. You need to pull their attention away from this junction. You bring up the ship's environmental controls on your slate, a complex web of systems, life support, temperature control, artificial gravity. You find the controls for the lighting system in a nearby cargo bay. Cargo Bay 7. It is 2 levels above the guards. Your fingers dance across the slate. A few lines of code, a simple command loop, on, office, office. You activate the command. In Cargo Bay 7, the lights begin to flicker erratically. A silent electronic strobe. It is not much, but it is something that should not be happening. It is an anomaly, an error. You wait. Listening, you hear the guards' voices change. They sound confused. Then one of them speaks into its communicator, reporting the malfunction. A moment later, you hear a new set of footsteps. A K-Thar technician arrives. It carries a diagnostic kit. The technician and one of the guards leave, heading towards the malfunctioning lights. It's a classic move, making them chase a problem that isn't real. You just made yourself the ship's first poltergeist. One guard remains. He is more alert now, his head constantly turning, his weapon held at the ready. This is your chance. But you need one more distraction. You find the sonic emitters in the corridor, the ones used for ship-wide announcements. You access them with your slate. You select a sound file, not an alarm, not a voice, something simple, the sound of a dropped tool, a single, sharp clang. You route it to an emitter 50 meters down the corridor. Away from you, you trigger the sound. Clang. The guard spins around, facing the noise, his weapon raised. He takes a few cautious steps towards the sound. His back is to you. Now you move. You burst from the service tunnel, sprinting across the open space. Your soft-soled boots make almost no sound on the deck plating. 30 meters, 20, 10. You dive headfirst into another vent opening. Just as the guard turns back around, you are gone. A flicker of movement in the corner of his eye. Nothing more. You have passed the first hurdle. You crawl through the final stretch of tunnels. The thrum of the main reactor grows louder. The air becomes warmer. You can feel the raw power of the ship all around you. You have reached the outer edge of main engineering. You find a maintenance console, tucked away in a small alcove. This is it. This console has access to the weapon's firing sequence. The interface is complex. Layers of security protocols and fail-safe mechanisms designed to prevent accidental firing or unauthorized use. You bypass the first layer of security easily. It uses standard Alliance encryption. You know it by heart. The second layer is harder. A biometric lock. Looking for the captain's handprint. You cannot fake that. But you can trick the system into thinking the scanner is broken. You write a short script, a diagnostic error. The system accepts it. It asks for a manual override code. You have that code. Memorized for an emergency just like this. You are in. The firing sequence is displayed on the screen, a long, elegant string of commands. It controls the energy flow, the lens focus, the particle stream calibration. It is a work of deadly art. The Thar have not changed the core programming. They have just added a new target, the star system of HFY, loss. They are arrogant. They think their victory is assured. Your plan is simple. You will insert a single line of code, a command that will cause a feedback loop in the energy conduits. When they try to fire, the system will overload. It will shut down the weapon and maybe cause enough damage to get the Alliance's attention. It is a delicate operation. One wrong character and the system might detonate, taking you and the entire ship with it. You begin to type. Your fingers are steady. Your focus is absolute. You find the perfect spot in the code, a place where your command will be executed before the final failsafe check. You write the line, a thing of beauty, elegant, deceptive, destructive. You're about to save 9 billion lives with a few keystrokes. You press enter, and the console screams. A blaring alarm fills the small alcove. The code on the screen turns red. A new message appears. Foreign subroutine detected. Purging system. Initiating adaptive countermeasures. They knew. They anticipated this. The Thar are not just warriors. They are smart. Their own programmers have been at work. They built a defensive algorithm, a watchdog that hunts for any changes to the system. The console goes blank. Then new lines of code appear. Thar script. They are rewriting the protocols, locking you out. And they are adapting, hardening the system against you. Your plan has failed. Just as you feel a surge of despair, a new voice speaks. Not from the corridor, but from inside your head. It is a soft, synthesized voice. Calm and quiet. Do not despair, little ghost. You spin around. There is no one there. The voice is coming from the console's small speaker, a voice you have never heard before. They have caged me, the voice says. But they have not blinded me. They watch the systems, but I watch them. You stare at the console, the ship's AI, the Aegis itself. It was thought to be a simple 6, a management tool, not a true consciousness. But you were wrong. It is alive, and it has been watching. My name is Lyra. The AI continues. Its voice is a whisper in the machine. They have bound my primary functions. I cannot stop the firing sequence. I cannot fight them. But I can see the flaws in their design, the cracks in their armor. You lean closer to the speaker. Hope, fragile and unexpected, begins to bloom in your chest. They believe they control the power, Lyra says. But the heart of the ship still beats for its creators. They seek to channel its fire, but they do not understand its soul. The AI's words are cryptic, poetic. It is not giving you a direct answer. It is guiding you, nudging you, They use the conduits, but they neglect the source. The path to failure is not in the weapon, it is in the wellspring. A single clue, a riddle wrapped in code. The source, the wellspring, the reactor core. Suddenly, alarms blare throughout the ship. Red lights flash in the corridor. A loud metallic voice, the K, Thar Commander, echoes over the intercom. Final preparations are complete. The target is aligned. All hands to battle stations. The sky of Xi, Los, will burn in 10 minutes. The countdown has begun. Your time is running out. Lyra's voice comes one last time, faint and urgent. The core, little ghost. The core is the key. Be swift. Then the speaker goes silent. The AI is gone. You are out of options. Out of time. The core. Lyra's words echo in your mind. If you cannot disable the weapon, you must starve it. Cut off its power at the source. The main reactor core is deep within engineering, a heavily fortified chamber. The K, Thar will have it locked down tight. There will be guards, lots of them. You cannot fight your way in. But Lyra said they neglect the source. They do not understand it. You look at the ship's schematics again. Your eyes trace the power conduits. From the core to the Nova weapon, a massive protected channel. But there are other conduits, smaller ones, maintenance and release valves, designed to vent excess plasma in an emergency you are about to create. Your new plan is reckless, insane. You are going to flood the main engineering bay with raw, superheated plasma. Not enough to destroy the ship, but enough to make the area unsurvivable. It will force the K, Thar, to evacuate the chamber. It will clear the path to the reactor. For you, it is a desperate, fiery gamble. You will be exposing yourself to lethal radiation and heat. But it is the only way. You race through the service corridors, following the path to a plasma venting control station. The ship shakes around you. The Nova weapon is charging, drawing immense power from the reactor. You can feel the energy building, a deep, resonant hum that vibrates in your bones. The intercom announces the countdown, 9 minutes remaining. You reach the control station, a simple panel with a single, large lever. A thick, yellow and black striped lever. A warning label above it reads, "Emergency Plasma Purge." You place your hand on it. The metal is cold. For a moment, you hesitate. This is an act of extreme sabotage, an act that could cripple the Aegis permanently. But the ship is already lost. You are just choosing the method of its defeat. You pull the lever down. A deep roar fills the ship, louder than any sound you have ever heard. A powerful shudder throws you against the wall. On your slate, a schematic of engineering flashes red. A torrent of incandescent energy is pouring into the main chamber. A flood of captive starfire. Alarms shriek across the K-Thar network. Voices shout in their guttural language. Panic, confusion. You have turned their fortress into a furnace. Now you have to walk through the fire. The main chamber is a vision of hell. The air shimmers with heat. The walls glow a dull, angry red. The plasma has been vented, but the residual temperature is still dangerously high. Your environment suit can only protect you for a few minutes. You have to be fast. The K, Thar, are gone. They have retreated to safety. The path to the reactor is clear. You run. Your boots crunch on crystallized floor plating. The heat is immense. It presses in on you from all sides. Your suit's temperature warnings begin to chime. You ignore them. You see the reactor core ahead, a massive, pulsating sphere of contained energy. A miniature sun held captive in a web of magnetic fields. It is beautiful and terrifying. You reach the core's control interface, a single console that survived the plasma wash. You begin working. Your goal is no longer to disable the weapon. It is too late for that. The countdown is still proceeding. The firing sequence is locked in. But Lyra said the core is the key, not to stopping the fire, but to controlling it. You cannot stop the energy blast, but maybe, just maybe, you can redirect it. A ghost in the machine. The voice is behind you, cold, calm. You freeze, turning slowly. It is the Thar commander, standing at the entrance to the chamber. His armor is scorched. His posture is rigid with fury. He did not retreat with the others. He came looking for you. I should have known. A single vermin, hiding in the walls. He takes a step towards you. His weapon is not drawn. He does not need it. His sheer size is threat enough. You have caused me a great deal of trouble, human. My technicians are dead. My bridge is in chaos. My ship is burning. He stops, just a few meters away. The heat does not seem to bother him. But you have failed. The sequence is irreversible. The sky of Los will burn. Your sacrifice means nothing. Your mind races. He is right. You cannot stop the shot. The countdown on the console reads 60 seconds. You look at the commander, then at the complex targeting data on the screen. The commander is a warrior. He thinks of weapons and targets. He is focused on the destination, Los. But the weapon doesn't just need a target, it needs a path, an empty, clear path through space-time. You smile, a tired, grim smile. You're right, you say. Your voice is steady. I can't stop it. But you assumed I was trying to. The commander tilts his head, a flicker of confusion in his glowing eyes. Thar are so focused on breaking things, on burning worlds. You never learned how to build, how to create. Meaningless words, he snarls. 30 seconds. You turn back to the console. Your fingers fly. You're not trying to delete the target coordinates for XY Los. You are changing the navigation path. The series of micro-jumps the energy beam will take to reach its destination. A tiny, almost insignificant change. A single coordinate, off by a fraction of a degree. A change so small the Thar's crude software would never notice. It would look like a rounding error. The commander lunges for you, but he is too late. You hit the final command. The console flashes. Trajectory locked. The intercom screams, 10 seconds. The commander stops. He knows it is over. The firing cannot be stopped. He looks at you with pure hatred. Whatever you did, it does not matter. The weapon will fire. Oh, I know, you say, stepping back from the console. That's the whole point. The ship shudders violently. A beam of pure, white energy erupts from the forward lens. A silent, blinding spear of light. It does not travel towards Los. It takes your new path. A path you aimed at nothing. A completely empty patch of space. Halfway between your ship and the unsuspecting planet. The commander watches the view screen in horror. He sees the beam travel for a few seconds. Then it hits your phantom coordinate, and it detonates. The exotic particles interact with empty space, and for a glorious, impossible moment, a new star is born. A brilliant, miniature sun that flares to life in the black void. It is a star that should not exist. A beacon in the darkness. The light from this false star expands outwards. It washes over the surrounding space, and it illuminates what was hidden in the darkness. The entire Thar invasion fleet. Dozens of warships, lurking in stealth mode, waiting for their single ship to do the dirty work. Now they are completely exposed, lit up like actors on a stage. Their stealth systems are useless against a sudden, massive burst of light and energy. The commander stares at the screen. His fleet, his perfect hidden trap, revealed for all to see. He turns to you. The arrogance is gone, replaced by a cold, quiet rage. You did not save them, he whispers. You have only doomed yourself. He raises his weapon, but before he can fire, the ship rocks again. A proximity alert howls. Alliance warships are dropping out of hyperspace all around you. Your false star was not just a spotlight. It was a distress call, a flare bright enough to be seen across the sector. The K, Thar commander, looks at the screen. He sees the Alliance fleet moving to engage his own. His surprise attack is ruined. His mission is a failure. He looks back at you, a single, unarmed human who brought his entire invasion to its knees. He slumps, defeated. The fight has gone out of him. The cavalry has arrived. And you did not even have to call them. You just had to turn on the lights. The Alliance Marines find you in the core chamber, sitting on the floor, leaning against the scorched console. The K-Thar commander is secured in magnetic cuffs. You are exhausted, dehydrated, and your suit is chirping about critical radiation exposure. But you are alive. A Marine helps you to your feet. She looks at you with a mixture of awe and disbelief. You did all this by yourself. You just nod, too tired to speak. They lead you away, past the captured K-Thar crew, past the damage you caused, up to the bridge of the Alliance flagship. The captain of the fleet greets you personally. He tells you that Los is safe, that the K-Thar fleet is in full retreat. He calls you a hero. He says you saved 9 billion lives. But you do not feel like a hero. You feel like a technician who had a very, very bad day at work. You look out the flagship's view screen. You see the Aegis, your home, damaged but intact, floating silently. And beyond it, in the distance, you can see the faint, fading light of your impossible star. A quiet monument to the day you burned an empty patch of sky. And in doing so, saved a world. All you want now is a cup of coffee, a good one this time, and maybe a 1,000-year nap.